Hey yo, welcome back to Open Mic Gaming. I'm Jairaga, and we're back with more Wuthering Waves that needs discussing. If you missed the first episode of this little mini-series where we broke down all the moves and animations we could find regarding the dragon goat god Yangyang, then I highly suggest you go back and check it out, as there was a fairly hefty amount of things to digest there. But today, we're going to be taking a closer look at the character I think I might be the most hyped for, surprisingly. To be honest, I think it's the katana that does it. I know. I'm one of those people. But Yangyang has been shown quite a bit, from the first time being in the initial teaser and the tech test all the way till now. But since a lot has changed since the tech test where we actually first saw her played, clearly for this deep dive of Yangyang, I think I'm going to avoid the clips and information from the tech test. It was a long time ago. With that said though, we are going to be looking a tiny bit into the combat dev tech talk. Just a tiny bit. I know that was 4 months ago too, but you'll see what I mean when I get there. So, without further ado, let's jump into the interesting tidbits and things we may have missed about everyone's favorite feather-headed poster child, Yangyang. To start, remember our last talk about the core passives and all that? Well, I think today's focus is mostly going to be on Yangyang's core passive. I'm gonna be saying core passive a lot, so brace yourself. Initially, it seems like it has 3 segments to it. Filling those segments can apparently be done in a number of ways. First, using her resonance skill seems to fill up one segment, as seen here. I believe she can enter an additional input that allows her to chase through her enemy after using her resonance skill. That also grants a segment to her core passive. Essentially, it appears she can gain a total of 2 segments via resonance skill at first look. We'll go back to that. Yangyang can also gain a segment by attacking after triggering a perfect dodge. Yo, check it out as she breaks Rockman's ankles. Left the poor dude face down in the dirt and everything. I noticed the attack that she uses after the perfect dodge is very similar to her resonance skill, but it's not consuming the cooldown, so I'm assuming they're different. She gains a segment, and notice, she gains one from performing the perfect dodge and attacking, and then the last one from the first half of her resonance skill. It's a quick bonus, I just want to throw this in there. Kuro added a very interesting aesthetic to the feather side of her hair. When she has all 3 segments filled, her hair glows a bright blue. I honestly think that's a pretty cool addition to her. I mean, it looks great, right? But alright, we've talked about how to gain the segments now, but what are they used for besides the hair dye? Well, in the same fight, and actually even in the puzzle from the very beginning of the IGN demo, you can see what consumes the segments. When Yangyang is in the air, she rapidly cuts around the area, then torpedoes to the ground and finishes with a sheathing slash, consuming all segments of her core passive. I call it the 2B slice and dice because it was one of my favorite attacks in Nier, and 2B even uses it in punishing Grey-Raven. It appears Yangyang can also use the second part of her resonance skill as a makeshift springboard to launch herself into the air and use the 2B slice and dice at will, although she may need to connect with the second attack to achieve the springboard effect. Additionally, based on the closed beta gameplay trailer, it appears Yangyang's Concerto QTE places her in the air and allows her to spring upward and use the 2B slice and dice from there as well. All very, very neat. Although that may seem like the end of it, a few questions were raised in my head. All the clips I saw of Yangyang, I don't think I can recall a single one where she could use the 2B slice and dice without all 3 segments being filled. So I believe she must have her entire core passive bar filled up in order to use the 2B slice and dice. And it kind of indicates that because once they're all filled up, they start glowing. And I mention all this for a reason. For a moment, let's take a look at some Yangyang footage from the combat dev talk. Now at first glance, this footage may not seem like much, but what really stood out to me was the fact that she was able to execute the 2B slice and dice, where the clip starts, and then build her core passive up enough to use it again without having to trigger the perfect dodge. But the most she should be able to generate with the resonance skill alone is 2, right?
Wait a minute!
Now, how could this be done if the only other way she can generate her core passive is through the resonance skill? I even checked the resonance liberation, and as far as I can tell, that doesn't generate anything either. My theory for this one goes like this. I think she is able to fully generate enough resource to use the 2B slice and dice with just her resonance skill alone. And I think the important aspect is from the second part of the resonance skill. The maximum amount of bar segments she can hold is 3. But every clip that she hits the second part of her resonance skill, she already had 1 bar filled at least. It might have misled me due to the limited amount of clips, but I'm betting that the second part of her resonance skill actually restores 2 segments instead of 1. So overall, I think her resonance skill can fill her entire core passive in a single use, as long as the additional input is used. And to be frank, it may actually need to even hit. Now, that's an element of skill, that is. Hitting that second input may not always be easy, especially against all them schmovin' bosses we saw during the closed beta showcase. The last thing about her core passive are the 2 prompts next to it. Now, if you recall Jian's, his had the E and the R with the slash in between, like so. Yangyang's is, well, it looks just like a left click plus a left click. And with that, I present this theory. Man, I ain't got no clue what that's supposed to mean. It's just 2 left clicks. Leave a comment if you want to throw a suggestion or a theory out there. I don't know. Oh, wait 1 second. I want to change my answer. Okay, so while I was editing, I think something clicked. Don't worry, this will be quick. So I think the 2 clicks represent some input that triggers the springboard effect. I think it might cause Yangyang to lunge forward, and if she connects, she springs in the air and allows you to use the 2B slice and dice. And as for the actual input, I'm gonna say hold left click and then left click. Just a theory. Sorry, okay, back to the video, I'm sorry, okay. To be honest, I feel like some effects of this core passive we might not be able to understand just from seeing it done in front of us a few times in some clips. Surprise, surprise. Though I will say, just looking at the dev talk footage, Yangyang's resonance skill seems insanely mobile. Looks like she's able to get around, above, and behind enemies very easily. I gotta tell you, I'm a big fan of mobility in my action games. Also, I think she might have some kind of stinger attack. You know, like Devil May Cry? Seems like she got like a stinger. Yeah, I'm just throwing that out there. But guys, I think this might be the most I can pull from Yangyang at the moment. After having the opportunity to make this video, truthfully, I am really looking forward to playing Yangyang. And I'm so glad she's one of the starter characters. Frankly, I'm hoping all the starters stay viable for a very long time, but knowing Kuro Game, I don't feel like I'll have to worry about it anytime soon. Characters rarely got power crept in PGR, that's why. In any case, I still have more videos planned for the rest of the week, including Shishia, Red Dude, Blue Markiplier, a video pointing out some of the overall interesting tidbits about the game, as well as some overlooked game mechanics, and of course, the video discussing the future of the channel and what I plan to do with it. In the meantime, thank you guys so much again for stopping by. If you liked the video, drop me a like, and if you enjoy these silly little figure out the mechanic videos, don't forget to subscribe for me, as I will be putting these out for the rest of the week, and of course, it helps me grow the channel. If you think I've made a grave mistake and forgot something important, let me know in the comment section. Or if you have any idea or theory of your own, throw them in the comment section too. The more people talking about the game, the better. For now, this has been Jairaga of Open Mic Gaming, and I'll see you again very, very soon. Peace!